Hello Denver West. Today I am making a video to help use our new resource machines. We have 7 of them, 6 in the work area and then 1 that's been here in the resource room, and this is the one that we are going to do a tutorial on. Okay, so when you walk up to a machine you're going to see a screen like this. Right now it's selected on agent and that's what you want. So you can see you can kind of see it just says sign in. So I can click sign in there and it's going to pull me into the desktop. It has not taken credentials yet, as you can tell, and there's no tower. So this computer is just this piece. There is a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse for all of the 7 resource machines available, but you do not log on when you walk up. You just go ahead and click sign in as an agent. So that processing screen might take a little while, but you'll end up on a desktop, and you do have some quick links here. The one I want to point out is My CB Desk. There's an Office 365 as well. It's going to take you to the portal, but as we know, Office 365 is also one of your cards in My CB Desk. So if you want to get to everything, anything you need, we'd click this My CB Desk, or I should say double click to open that up. I love to use this little window to expand my screen. I like to have it full, so I do that. And just like before, if you didn't know this already, you can cancel here. If I don't hit cancel and just wait, it's going to disappear anyway, because that's not really where I put my credentials. But now here's where I'm logging in. So before I would log into the machine and I would have access to the computer docs. Now I'm just accessing the machine as a blanket user. I do not have access to the computer docs, but I log in here to My CB Desk and then I have access to all my tools. So now that I put in my credentials, it's logging me in. This is a shared machine, so I'm going to hit never, although these computers don't save data like that, so it probably wouldn't matter what I do, but I'm going to go ahead and hit never as a safe protocol. Now I'm in My CB Desk. I'm also in Chrome, so if I wanted to go to a different internet, I just open a new tab and I can surf the web. But My CB Desk looks like this, and if I wanted to open my email from here, I would just find my Office 365 card instead of using that quick link from the desktop, and that would also take me right into my email, which I'm going to do here. I wanted to find something that I can print. I always hit yes here. The truth is I'm not totally positive what no would do, but I do want to stay signed in during my session, so I hit yes. It looks like this. If I wanted to create a Word document or I wanted to create an Excel spreadsheet, I wouldn't open up programs on the computer because I'm not accessing the computer. I'm just kind of using the internet. So instead, I would open a Word doc here or an Excel here, or I could just go into my parent file. So just like on a computer, you go into the folder system and then you're in your files and you can do new things and save new things. That's what your OneDrive is. So I could start a Word document or an Excel document just like I would from the file, like I used to down here. I can just start it from here and then save it into my folders. Or I can just open my folders like this and start any of those new documents here. So think of this as kind of your folder system. Once you're logged on to My CB Desk and your OneDrive, this is where you're going to save everything. If I did open a new document here, let's say I even wanted my new document to live somewhere. This is my Mr. Backup. He's one of my clients. I'm going to come into Backups file and I'm going to start a new letter that I want to save in his file. So I'm going to hit Word document and it's going to open up, and I'm not going to see a save screen, but it's automatically going to save it. So already in my OneDrive I can see of course, then it's not there. I'm gonna refresh that real quick. And then I can see this document that I just made. Those little lines mean it's a new document, and it doesn't have a name yet because I haven't named it. But if I came over here and decided to give it a name, test, sorry, I'm a little shaky when I'm using one hand, then it's going to tell me saved again over here. If I gave it a minute, it would update, but I'm going to refresh to quicken up the process. And then I'm going to see now that my document has a name and it's test. And same thing, if I come in here and type things, it's going to try to save it. You can see it's saving up there. And then as soon as it says saved, I know that I'm good to go and I can close my screen, and it's going to be here the next time I come back into my CB Desk, and then open up my Office 365, open up my OneDrive, which the initial screen would look like this, and then I could go into that Mr. Backup file, and then there's my test doc that I just made. If I access this system from my home computer, mycbdesk.com on my home computer, and did the exact same thing, I would see that test doc right there. So while it's different, it's an improvement. It will be much better once you get familiar. And most of you, many of you, might be familiar already from the way you're using it at home. I would just come over to File, hit Print, Print Document. It's creating a PDF version of this document because that delivers to a printer much more reliably. So now I have my PDF document, and I click on that, and now I can actually print it to a printer. Alex is fixing this so that our default doesn't pull up WebEx document loader. So if you come and it defaults to an actual printer, then wonderful, it's fixed. Right now it does say WebEx document loader. I'm going to use my drop down and pick one of our two printers, which now have different names than you may have been used to in the past. So this is how the printers are named now. We have Co 01906-CPRT02. That's in the resource room. Then we have CO-01906-CPRT01. That's in the kitchen. And as you can tell, there's nothing very spectacular about those names, other they start with Colorado, abbreviation CO, and then the one in the kitchen is 01, the one in the resource room is 02. Once Alex does his fix, we're going to default to 02. And then the other thing to keep in mind is that you really want to print in grayscale, which is black and white. And again, Alex is fixing that for us as well, so that your default will look like this, 02 and grayscale, so that you're not using those color copies accidentally when you don't mean to. And then I would just print. And because my document auto-saved and I don't need to keep anything that's in here, I can go ahead and, oops, sorry, it wants me to close my tour. I can go ahead and close out of everything. And if I needed to, as we kind of traced before, I could come into my Office 365 from my CB desk. I can click into OneDrive. I can click into Mr. Backups folder, and there's my test doc. And I printed it in the resource machine because, of course, I hit 02, which is our resource printer. And now I can come over here, and there it is, my document. So I know everything's not as easy as it looks, but it looks like that. And if you run into any trouble, I hope you'll let me know. And now that I closed everything, I can just walk away. I do not need to log off after 15 minutes. It's just gonna log me off. Everything's closed. I'd have to log back in if I clicked my CB desk from the desktop. And that is it for our new resource computer tutorial. Thanks for taking 10 minutes and watching. Of course, let me know if you have questions. Hope to see you tomorrow for our contracts workshop. And if you haven't checked out the back corner, do so. I've got some fun frisbees and dog handkerchiefs and little things that we're putting out there. Happy summer.